Keep your distance, Arisen. Worry not for me. The brine may swallow me whole, but I will not perish. There is a stone not far from here, known as a rift stone. Pray, seek it out. If you're truly the Arisen, then our paths will surely cross again.
Oi! Are you all right? What happened here? A griffin appears one moment and falls the next. And now you stand before me. Was it you then? The one who was riding on its back? 'Tis a wonder you survived. Accompany me to the stronghold. We'll treat your wounds and hear your story. This'll be a right mess to clean up. Who knew there'd be a cavern round here?
A single bolt from a ballista. And well aimed at that. Must be one of Ser Linnet's from out of Melve.
Where exactly is this jail you say you escaped from, anyway? I've never heard of such a place. There's certainly naught like that here in Vermont. Could it be you were held in the neighboring country of Batal? Nay, I suppose that's unlikely. We've been estranged from Batal ever since the war. It is difficult to imagine any citizen of Vermont being sent there. Fie! Goblins! Let's take up your weapons, sir. You'll be needing it. If you find your strength flagging, imbibe a curative or aromatic green wash. When one of the fiends comes for you, best guard or dodge, else you'll be sore on the morrow. Make use of the slope. It will give you an advantage against their ranks. Employ guarded attacks to get the enemy to flinch. Random attacks are more destructive but will leave you vulnerable, so seize your chance to land one the moment the enemy flinches. There are oft items to be scavenged from the bodies of monsters and their ilk. If you're not squeamish about picking at their bones, that is. Where are you going? I'll not force you to receive treatment, but I'd at least like a word. Where do you think you're going? You can't just run off now.
Welcome, Arisen. We pawns have long awaited your arrival.
What is this? Pawns? They bend the knee to you so readily, but then... No. Surely you cannot be the Arisen.
You seek the Riftstone, do you not? We can take you to it. Pray, come this way. Before you stands a Riftstone. "'Tis a gate by which we of the Pawn Legion may cross o'er into this world. Pray, summon your pawn. Simply paint with your mind's eye the loyal attendant whom you would have serve you.
Pawns are oft called nomads, for we wander between this world and the many other realms with which we are connected. I am no exception, and my experiences in these other worlds will doubtless be of aid to you on your adventure. 'Tis my privilege to accompany you as your loyal pawn, and I will gladly use the knowledge I gain to guide you.
Well, I'll be. A pawn summoning before my very eyes. You truly are the Arisen, then. Strange. I thought the Arisen was in the capital. Surely there's only meant to be one Arisen. Fie, this is all beyond my ken. The Watchhead would know what to do, I'm sure. Though, as luck would have it, he's away. I suppose we'll save any further questions till the Watchhead returns. You're free to do as you like afore then. What? You've no memories, you say? Mayhap you could make for Melve, then. 'Twas set upon by the dragon not long ago. The Arisen is said to bear some deep connection to the dragon. Should you be Arisen, mayhap you'll recall aught of import there.
Hail, Arisen. Pray, ask aught you wish to know. I shall answer, if 'tis within my power to do so. Nomads, we are oft called. Born in other worlds, we travel here by means of the Riftstones that we might aid you, Arisen. However, I cannot speak as to our true nature, for I know of it not. None of us do. We do not need to. We merely do as we are commanded. 'Tis the name given to fates chosen, those destined to command the Pawn Legion and safeguard the world from the threat of the dragon. Even with your memories lost to you, I am afraid you cannot escape your fate. Riftstones are gates that connect this world to a multitude of others. By their power have we crossed into this world. And when our mission is done, by their power shall we return to our own. Very well. May fortune speed you on your way, Arisen.
This is quite a quandary.
You can count on me to fly to your aid in your hour of need, Master. Know it will be an honor to serve by your side.
Should you wish to pick your foes off from afar, you need look no further than an archer such as I. If ever you've need of an ear to listen, you have but to ask.
Very well. I shall lend you my aid. You do seem to be in need of it.
Oh, I don't need this right now.
A treasure chest. Shall we see if we can't make our way over to it?
Hoy there! You seem well tired. Tell you what, you can stay here tonight free of charge. I'll expect coin from tomorrow, mind. My pa always used to say, there's naught a good night's sleep can't fix. Not much else I can offer, I'm afraid, but you'll find all sorts at a finer inn. Aye, being armed is better than being defenseless, even if you're untrained. Still, 'tis worth devoting yourself to a vocation if you can. Opens up new doors, it does. You should stop by the inn in Melve if you get the chance. No hard feelings if you prefer it. They've much more to offer.
We must rest, though the sun is still up. A moment long awaited. I knew 'twas only a matter of time before your skills reached a new height.
There's no discipline that steadfast devotion cannot teach.
A visit to Melve might jog your memory, Master. It seems the village yet reels from the dragon's assault. Follow me, Master. I shall guide you to the location.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
This looks as good a place as any.
Over here, if you would.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
If you're playing at Arisen in search of preferable treatment, you'll be sorry. Your head is like to roll ere long.
Follow along at your own pace, Master. I shan't leave you behind.
Fancy a gander? I've fine goods for sale. Always a pleasure.
I do so enjoy stocking up on supplies.
We ought to have enough supplies to last us a while now.
True enough.
Well met.
Mustn't let the captain see my knees.
Hail! You a soldier? 'Twould be a surprise to see you arrive in one piece if not. Hordes of monsters have been plaguing this area of late, you see. We've had to start sending out new recruits to cull them.
Is that so? Who went yonder?
Lachlan. But I dare say he'll fare all right.
Aye, I expect he will. Who was sent out that way then?
Ocado. To be honest, sir, I'm a little worried for him.
What? Weren't harpies reported in that area? The lad can't handle those beasts on his own.
This is the first I'm hearing of it. Fie! I want to go to his aid, but we can't just abandon our posts. Say, you seem stout of heart. Would you be willing to go in our stead? 'Tisn't far, only a short ways out from the main gate. You've my thanks. And Ocado's as well, I'm sure.
Let us do everything in our power to render aid to those in need. Sir Ocado is in need of our aid. If you wish to meet with this person, I would gladly lead the way.
Guided us all. Now we shan't be tired.
I've just recalled. I found a treasure chest near here during my travels beyond the rift. May I show you to its location?
Is a glad thing, Justinn.
You must not let him.
I knew you had prevailed, Master.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
Our results speak proud, Master. Arisen has been put to sleep.
Quickly, Arisen. You must regain your...
Let my magic grant you an elemental boon.
So close.
Is that all of them? Yeah, you have my thanks. I do not believe for a moment I could have slain those creatures without your help. I've only just enlisted, and when I thought this could be the end of me, I was paralyzed. You saved me this time, but I won't always be so fortunate. I'll have to train harder, till I have the confidence to face such beasts on my own. Well, I'd best be heading back, but I'll be sure to let my superiors know of your good deed. I hope we meet again someday.
Shall we report our results? We are none of us alike in vocation.
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
Let us utilize our individual strengths wherever possible.
I suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner. We've arrived, just as planned.
Hail, friend! Many thanks for aiding Ocado. 'Twas a relief to see him return, and none the worse for wear.
Aye, that it was. The poor sod might not have made it back alive had you not intervened.
'Twas a bit too early for him to be seeing actual combat. That much was made well clear. We'll be extending his training period. The instructors here are well known for whipping recruits into shape with their grueling regimes.
Speaking of training regimes, I must admit I've half a mind to ask you to join us. We could use someone with your experience.
Over here, if you would.
'Tis a pleasure to meet you. 'Twill be an honor to serve by your side.
We're running low on everything, from provisions to crafting materials for weapons and armor. We've had a hard time procuring goods, what with all the monsters lurking on the roads of late. I sent Marcus to gather what we need, but I've just taken stock and I fear the list I gave him was incomplete. What say you? Could I trouble you to run an errand for me? You'll be paid, of course. Glad to hear it. Here, take this list of additional supplies to Marcus. He ought to be somewhere north of here. Hand him the note and he'll take care of the rest.
At last, we've arrived. Delivery in hand.
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
Indeed, you are correct.
Marcus ought to be procuring supplies somewhere north of... Hand him that note and he'll take care of...
Well, this simplifies matters. We've already got what's required here in our possession.
The day grows darker with our every step.
We shall have to be all the more vigilant.
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time. This isn't the way to our destination, but I presume you've a new one in mind. Lead on.
There will be other opportunities to lead. For now, let us follow.
This calls for a curative. Here we are.
That's everything assembled. A job well done if I do say so myself. Oi! Did you need something? This is from Sir Geoffrey, is it? Let's have a look then. Why? He wants these as well, does he? I thought I was finished. Why should I have to do all this on my own? I've got plenty to carry as 'tis. Say, your arms look free. You can handle that list in my stead. And make haste. I would depart for the encampment even a moment sooner. Well, go on. You know what to do.
Whence might we procure such a thing? The items on this list can be crafted by combining certain materials, and I happen to know where they can be found. Methinks I know the general destination. Shall I show you the way, Master?
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Allow me to lead the way. I can take you to our destination by the optimum route. The items on this list can be crafted by combining certain materials, and I happen to know where they can be found. Methinks I know the general destination. Shall I show you the way, Master?
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
We best report back. We now have all of the requested items in hand. Let us deliver them to Sir Marcus post-haste. I take it you've some business with this person. Then pray, follow me.
A guide is most welcome. Now... Oh, we shan't lose our way.
Master, my heart knows no greater peace than when...
We've arrived, just as planned.
How goes it? Have you gathered everything on the list yet? Brilliant! I knew I could count on you. Here, take this for your trouble. I'll be heading back to the encampment now. They'll be expecting me.
Making our report ought to be our next priority.
At once, Master.
Sir Marcus was well pleased, Master. Shall we report our success to Sir Geoffrey? I believe I can guide you to the person in question.
You have our gratitude. Lead the way.
Must hold out till someone comes.
We're here.
Oi! Many thanks for passing on that list to Marcus for me. As I hear it, you even assisted him in gathering the supplies. I hope 'twasn't too much trouble. Anyway, you've been a great help. I hope I can count on your aid again should the need arise.
Our efforts have seen the encampment resupplied and Sir Geoffrey with one less care. A good deal.
Splendid.
I would fain aid you if you are in need.
Here in Vermont, pawns are revered as servants of the Arisen, but not so here in Batal. There, they believe that some divine flame will protect them and dispel the dragon, and that pawns embody misfortune. In that regard, our countries couldn't be more different.
Are you looking to speak with Sir Beren? Good luck. He brooks no chatter with us during training, and makes for home the second our drills are done. I'm not quite sure where his house is, though I've gathered 'tisn't near here. Doubt he'd tell me, even if I asked.
Aye. Is there aught you require, sir? This army's seen better days.
Like it or not, I must go where duty calls me.
Everyone's as tired as I am.
Like it or not, I must go where duty calls me.
What did he say his name was again? Ah, Humphrey. The lad's in Vermouth now. He's eager. I'll give him that. Expedition, sword drills, say the word and he'll join in at a moment's notice. Say, you look experienced. You should talk to the lad. I'm sure he'll be glad of a bit of guidance.
I hasten home.
Fancy a gander? I find good.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use.
Just yonder looks to be a good spot for harvesting ingredients.
No harm in picking a few.
suppose there can be no harm in bringing this along.
We cannot expect gleaming treasures round every corner.
Now then, which way?
Let us examine each path carefully before we decide.
We've got goblins!
Nice and done.
Come, follow my example.
I concur. Dare I say it? We trounced our foe well and true.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
As a matter of fact, every master I've ever served has favored different tactics. I shan't let them harm you. I'll hold the enemy in place.
I grant you roaring flame.
What is it? Got a question about my training regime? Suppose that was an unlikely guess. None took to the training like you did. Open to enlist, then? No. A pity. I'd hoped to add you to our ranks. You'd seem like you'd be fit for battle, even if I'd call upon you on the morrow. Which is more than I can say for the rest. Apologies for assuming. We've had fewer folks looking to enlist of late, and I'm hungry for recruits. Many keep their distance on account of the instructor being a beastren. How very Vermundian of them. At the very least, I'd like to provide some decent training to the soldiers we have now. Easier said than done, especially when the weapons we were promised have yet to arrive. It isn't like to boost their morale having rusted steel to train with. What I wouldn't give for some decent weapons and a soldier to act as an example. Someone with motivation to grow. That'd light a fire under them, I reckon. Mayhap you could aid us. I know 'tis much to ask of anyone, let alone a stranger, but what else am I to do? Much appreciated. We'd welcome what you can spare.
Sir Beren's request is quite understandable. Weaponry and motivated soldiers are the pillars of any military. Sir Beren seeks a motivated soldier to inspire the other recruits. Do we not know of such a person? If you wish to meet with this person, I would gladly lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Goblins, Master! protect you. Was excellent. I could have done no better.
I can do no less in service to the Arisen.
We are none of us alike in vocation.
One should think we'll be able to counter whatever comes our way.
Let us use it for our own strengths wherever possible.
Sleep!
I'll save you!
It is vital you remain level-headed.
We must each of us remain alert.
Thank you, Master. I only hope I did not disappoint. One might confidently call that a resounding victory.
Overconfidence is an enemy in and of itself. Let us instead strive to better ourselves with every battle.
I'd wager there's aught to be found here.
We ought to take a closer look. Ah, now here's a surprise.
Our collection grows. Interesting. I shall have to inform my own master of this.
Are we to remain here? I am honored to be called to your side, Arisen.
Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
True enough. Here we
we go again.
Let's focus on finding him, whatever our discovery.
The Arisen has been drenched.
I shall heal you at once. Wait a moment. Let my magic grant you an elemental boost. I'll collect that. You needn't trouble yourself.
I knew you would prevail now.
Let us not get ahead of ourselves. The battle continues.
A lot to be proud of. A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
I shan't let them harm you.
after we've examined our surroundings. Weapons are simple enough to procure if we've the coin, but we might be lucky enough to find some in treasure chests.
Indeed, you are correct.
Now, what might that be?
We ought to take a closer look.
Methinks we could move this boulder if we work together.
Shall we set it rolling?
Gran, I want to learn magic, please.
This again, child. You know full well your father has forbidden it. There are plenty of things more deserving of your interest. Why not turn your aspirations elsewhere?
Why must you always take father's side? I'd have thought you'd understand how I feel better than anyone.
What am I to do with that girl? Would that I could allow her to do as she pleases, but 'tisn't to be.
Why won't they let me study magic? 'Tisn't fair.
A chest. I'll examine its contents, shall I? This is not an encounter I'd foreseen.
I grant your weapon a magical boon.
And I shall remain by your side. Focus your strength, Arisen!
Into battle. Let us watch our foe carefully to determine our best strategy here. Use these flames to smite our enemies. It seems we have enraged our foe. Understood. being prone.
This battle will demand all our strength. We must stand together if we are to seize victory.
Against this foe.
If we know its weakness, we have but to exploit it.
I am saved. Thank you. All together now. We attack as one.
Strike fast, and our warriors shall fall.
Pushing on without rest isn't ideal. I'm dead on my feet.
I only hope we don't encounter any foes. We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
You're like to grow overburdened if you keep picking up every little trinket you find.
I'll carefully conserve my strength and endeavor to survive every battle by way of sound strategy and defensive tactics. There's naught like a campfire to strengthen the bonds of fellowship.
Pray, call upon me again another time. How might I serve you, Arisen? Well, we've eaten our fill. What say we settle our stomachs with a few hours' sleep?
Good sleep is the key to a good adventure.